Okay, so barbell bench press. For this exercise, there's a few things I want you to keep in mind. First off, how do you know you had a good bench press session? Your glutes are going to be sore the next day. Now you must be thinking, what the fuck does that even have to do with that? But you are going to squeeze your glutes really fucking hard when you bench press. Okay, so we're going to create tension in like the whole body. This is not just like a chest press movement, even though that's actually what you're doing. But I want you to use your entire body because the heavier it gets, the more useful this is going to become. So once you lie down, you're going to squeeze your glutes and your shoulders really, really hard into the bench. And you're going to kind of have an image of you're trying to snap the bar in half. This is going to further engage like your lats and just like get everything really nice and tight. All right, so here's what you're going to do. I'm using my beloved rectangle BC bench. I feel like you're probably going to use a conventional gym bench, which is totally fine. I just like using this, so don't feel like you have to. If you're seeing this in the camera and you're like, what the hell is she lying on? Just know that that's what it is. But any bench will work, essentially. One thing that is also very important is you want your feet to touch the ground. So if you feel like, I mean, I might be kind of on my tippy toes just for comfort purposes, but it's not because I can't reach the floor. Okay, if you need to, definitely place either weight plates or little steps so you'll be comfortable. Also, another important thing is, I don't know if you ever plan to compete in powerlifting or whatever, but just take into account that some federations don't allow certain things, like some people want you not to take your feet off the ground. I'm going to probably demonstrate with my heels off, but just know that you need to have that in your mind when you're training if you do plan to compete, because like I said, some federations don't allow this. There's also like the whole like not letting your butt come off the ground. I do think that's a fair thing to request because that's kind of cheating in my opinion. All right, so once I get in place, you're going to notice that I have a little arch in my back, which if you have seen powerlifters probably on social media, you see like a crazy accentuated arch. You don't have to go quite as far. Just so you kind of know where this comes from is powerlifters are trying to move the most amount of weight and they want to decrease the range of motion, which totally makes sense, right? Like you want to move more weight, so the least distance you need to travel, the better. You don't have to go quite as exaggerated, but a little bit of an arch is going to make sense, which is most likely going to happen once you flex your glutes and shoulders like I explained. But at the same time, make sure you're not going into your lower back, okay? This arch is coming from your upper. There's two arches in our back. There's the upper and the lower. This one is coming from your upper. Okay, so even though you have an arch, your lower ribs are still tucked. All right, enough with the talking. Let's go to the demonstration. All right, now, where you actually grip the bar, I mean, most likely I'm probably going to say close grip, or just like, if I don't say close grip, just do your regular grip. My regular grip is my close grip. I'm just like, it's just comfortable, more comfortable for me, just so you know. Typically, if you're holding kind of like in the middle, I notice that I can move a little bit more weight when I do that. But anywhere like here or here, whatever, is fine. Don't go like crazy far. I think that makes it harder. Okay? Although I don't know for sure, but just from my own experience. All right, from here. Now, how do you know exactly where to place your head, like if you're in the right place? It should be like right above your eyes or like your nose, somewhere in there. And another really important thing is the way the bar travels is not in a completely straight line. You're going to see there's a little bit of like a curve that's going to happen. Okay, that's totally fine. And in fact, you actually do want that to happen. And another thing you want to keep in mind is don't let your elbows come out to the sides like that. That's very aggravating for the rotator cuffs. That's not good form. And don't have them too close to your body. They're going to be kind of in a 45-degree angle. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but here. Not here and not here. Just right here. All right? So, moving on. Flexing my glutes pressing my shoulder blades hard into the bench, imagining I am snapping the bar in half. All right? Unrack, pause for a little second at the top, and go for your reps. Now you see how there's a slight curve? Now where it actually hits you on your chest changes from person to person. Like there isn't like a right like exact location. I happen to go like right beneath my boobs. Some people go in the middle. I don't know. It just changes like body mechanic wise. And like you're gonna want to pause for like a little millisecond there. Like don't do like touch and go. In my like humble opinion, there's somewhat of a cheating element there. Like you're not really. I mean, it's not. I don't know if cheating is the right term. I just think it's better to have like it's like a very tiny little pause. It's not even a second. Okay, it's like and up. Like especially in powerlifting competitions, you see that. Like you would get disqualified if you were just like to like barely touch and go up. Okay, very important. I don't know if you could tell or not, but I'm like very engaged. Everything is pressed. I'm not like released. Everything is flexed the whole time. And rack it. And that is that.